What is up, Pack? Today, this might be the last episode I do of this show. Sorry this one came out so late, like literally a week. Literally came out like a week later, but I just wanted to talk about this. Sorry. And since these are coming out so late, because I've just been busy throughout the week with like school and everything and it's wrapping up, school's wrapping up. I might just do a summary review of the entire season as season 2 comes out. You know what I mean? Like after season 2 wraps up, then I'll review the entire show. But I don't know, man. But this episode, I already forgot everything that happened in this episode. Hold on, I'm gonna be reminded real quick.
Supposed to ring the name.
Hold on. Okay, so the episode starts off with a flashback to what happened to Herschel in between season 11 of The Walking Dead main show and The Walking Dead Dead City. So apparently this woman was like gaining Herschel's trust over time. I'll probably just do the flashbacks right now and talk about the episode, but just know that the flashbacks have been shown throughout the episode. Like it goes from back and forth, but I know it gets annoying whenever I say then it flashes to this, and then it flashes back to the main story. But so I'm gonna tell you the flashbacks first, and then we'll get into like the episode. So Herschel is like tied up into a chair, and what's her name? The woman ties her up, coked out. We're gonna call her Coke. So Coke unties him and asks him, what else would you like? Because we're going to get you a fresh bed with like sheets and stuff. Then he asks for like something to draw with and also a coat. So there's that. Then the next flashback is zombies infiltrating the area of which Herschel is. So then he goes and like tries to break out and starts killing the zombies. The woman is like, "Oh, I'm so glad you're okay. Let me show you your new room." As an elevator. But here's the thing: is that she tries to manipulate Herschel in saying like, your mom's been through a lot, and I know that it seems like she doesn't have enough room for other people other than the pain that Negan put in her. Like that's just bullshit. This coked out bitch. But she's trying to manipulate him. And then the last one is actually the ending scene of this episode, which is Herschel in a flashback looking over the city and drawing. And the girl's like, I don't want you to look at the city for what it was and what is. Let's look at it through the lens of what it could be. And then that's how Herschel starts drawing. But then the real episode kicks off with Herschel and Maggie walking around inside of the Central Park, I think it's called. Yeah, Central Park. It looks nothing like a park, by the way. I just want to tell you guys that it looks nothing like a park. It looks like a fucking jungle scene. But that's the amazing part about set designers, is that it's supposed to look like an overgrown version of Central Park. So Herschel and Maggie are walking around. And I hate the fuck. I cannot wait for New Babylon people to just eat the dust, because even just that short-haired spiky girl just appearing on screen boils my blood. I don't know why. I just hate this character. But they're the New Babylon. I'm just going to call them all General New Babylon, but I do not. Just, ugh. They're walking around. They get flooded by zombies. One of their people dies. I think it's the main girl dies, which they just brush it off. That's how you know she's so insignificant to the story, is when they brush off her death. So then they just keep moving. And then they get flooded by zombies, and they eventually get split up. Herschel is split up from Maggie and company, but he gets saved. Like, he's walking around. Maggie and New Babylon make it to, like, some gate. It's like a cafe. And she's like, I have to find my son. And I think his name's Reverend. I still need to look up his name. But Reverend's like, okay, yeah, but you're not gonna help him when you're dead. And she's like, okay, yeah, whatever. So then they go to the cafe to meet this, like, it reminds me so much of The Last of Us, because we have the, what do I call them, the Croat? I think that's the group's name, the Croat. The Croat, which is the WLF of this story. We have Maggie's group, which is literally Ellie's group. And then we have, what's their... some, like, cultish place. And that's the Seraphites. It's so much like The Last of Us that I love it. But, anyway... So then they meet I'm just going to call them the Seraphites, because, like, I don't know I forgot their cult name, but the Seraphites. She joins up with the Seraphites, and then it goes back to where Herschel is. Herschel's, like, walking around and gets flooded by zombies. He sees Jenny's bag once he gets saved by this, Seraphite girl. He picks up Ginny's bag and then is walking around. And then the fucking short-haired bitch. The short-haired girl is, like, trying to convince the Reverend that, hey, we should take these people over, even if Maggie doesn't like it, because Maggie's going to go out to look for Herschel. And basically, this cult, the Seraphites, don't want to have newer technology. They just want nature to take its course. But the Babylon people don't want that. They're going to try to gang up on them and take them out. And then Maggie's, like, roaming around looking for Herschel. But then it goes to Herschel. Actually, no. Okay, so it cuts to after the Herschel getting saved by the girl scene. We get this weird dinner scene. No, wait. Fuck. Okay, somewhere in the episode, I'm so sorry, guys. We get the plan that the weird old guy is like, hey, we know that you have a no kill kid rule, so then we're going to take care of it. And then, so now, fast forwarding to what I was talking about before that, they have a weird dinner scene, and Negan's like, hey, let me take care of the situation. If they're dead, then they're dead, but if they're not, then I'll take out whatever remainder of the New Babylon there is. Old guy's like, okay, but you're bringing a person with, forgot his name. The black guy. I think his name was like Marqua or something like that. It was some cool name. So Mark was like walking with Negan. They go through this like thorn tunnel, and there's like zombies in the walls, and then Negan's like, okay, my opportunity has come, and starts pushing the zombies to Marqua. So then now we're back with Herschel. He like sits down to draw. He hears like footsteps, and it's the girl that saved him from the zombies. And she's interested in his drawing and everything. And he's like, okay, this is cool and all. I thought that she was going to just straight up kiss him. She was giving those eyes. But Marqua somehow, and I'll call it bullshit on this one. How did he go from the thorn tunnel all the way to where Herschel is just by happenstance? And then also while he's like bleeding out and bit all over the place, like, how did he make it that far without turning? It's just so weird how the infection works. But Marqua attacks the girl, stabs her leg, and then Herschel's like pointing Jenny's gun at him, and Marqua's like, man, I'm calling your bluff right now. If you knew how to use that thing, you would have shot me already. Then we see Negan throw a spear through Marqua's chest, and then that's when Herschel sees Negan again. And Herschel's just like so pissed off that Negan's even there, and Herschel shoots Negan. Then he checks up on the girl. Negan's gone. Which I thought was weird that he immediately tried to shoot Negan after Negan saved him. So yeah, Negan quickly escaped, and then Maggie is taking Herschel and the girl back. The girl is laid out on the table. Maggie goes to talk to Herschel. Maggie's just like asking him a bunch of questions about Negan. And then Herschel finally lets loose that I don't give a shit about Negan. Which, like, that made me realize that, oh, he wants to kill Negan for a different reason. Like, they're both on the same team, but for different reasons. Maggie wants to kill, I don't know if she wants to kill Negan, but she wants to do something to Negan because of what happened with Glenn. Herschel probably wants to kill Negan because his mom won't shut the fuck up about Negan. So he's like, oh, this guy's ruining the family. You're ruining it. He's ruining it. Which, fair enough. But turns out that these Seraphites are not as chill as we once thought. Reverend tries to give them medical supplies, and they refuse. And the Seraphite queen takes a rock, starts bludgeoning the girl's chest in, and takes out the heart for zombies to feast on. And then they let the girl lay on the ground, and then she turns into a zombie, which actually makes sense and explains why there were so many holes in the zombie's chest. Because we were like looking at that like, what the hell? Why are there holes in these zombies' chests? That's why. The short-haired girl is like getting her people ready to attack. And her reasoning is that they are distracted. And the Reverend's like, dude, what the fuck? They just lost somebody. And the girl's like, okay, fine, whatever. We won't do this. So first off, for the first time ever, Reverend's actually chill. So, yeah. Pretty insane that they just immediately tried to take over. They tried to take over the Seraphites, even though, like, they just lost somebody. Kind of fucked up, but anyway. Then obviously, episode ends with Herschel and the lady looking over the city. And yeah. So, I'm sorry if this video was so unwatchable because of, like, me constantly going back and forth on the episode. But if you watch the episode yourself, then you'll understand. But that was it. For this episode, I actually quite liked it. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Not the best episode, but there's a lot of like loose holes and loose ends tied up. Again, I'm sorry that this episode came out so late. It's just been a hectic week. I was trying to figure out some stuff. But the next episode should come out Monday because I don't have school. So, you know, you guys don't have to worry about waiting that long again. But yeah, The Last of Us Season 2 is my top priority when it comes to reviewing. So, look out for that. But anyway, make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications. And yeah, see you guys later. Oh yeah, and don't forget to subscribe.